Episode 2, Candy Carrier Chaos. I said I needed a break, but fuck it, we ball. Huge improvement on the first episode. In fact, it's basically just the pilot's plot structure, only way more focused and refined now. I was really surprised they had this one immediately take place off the heels of episode 1, but I'm all for it. It kind of creates this nice little two-part introduction to the show. While again, it does heavily lift its arrangement of plot points from the first episode, Kinger even lampshading it at one point, an admittedly really amusing line. It only serves to benefit how insane all the new directions they'll go with this one. Like the time off between writing the first episode and this one gave Gooseworks the ability to really stretch her creative muscles, now that the need to establish stuff is behind her. This one's able to get into the meat of the story it wants to tell way sooner, basically right out the gate. Do all the things with these characters you could tell Goose was really sitting on since the pilot, and it comes together to form a beautifully gripping narrative. And it's even just way funnier. I don't know what the hell people were complaining about with Jax. He is so on fire in this episode, and I love it. They get to really push his toxic gamerness, his griefer tendencies to really astonishing places, just in how often he'll completely derail the wholesome adventure at play by force. It's so goddamn funny how, if this weren't a video game, he'd basically be a war criminal. But it's very true to life to the cognitive dissonance that people like him tend to employ in a more digital setting, and it just helps him become such a great, entertaining, antagonistic force. The later episodes will often find ways to temporarily restrain him if he ever runs the risk of destroying the plot too much, which is a shame because he's at his absolute best in these types of stories. And because we have her introduction out the way, we get to have a more focused story around Pomni, one which works as a really great evolution of her story. There's a reason she gets shipped hard with Gummy Goo. He does such a great job at giving her someone so vastly different from herself, yet shares similarities to her in such a vulnerable way, and the way they, bounce off each other is just really compelling. He helped give Pomni more depth moving forward, that she's not just your average fish out of water anymore. Even when all of this is still so new and foreign to her, she can still find common ground with people in the places she least expected. The funeral scene is such a nice cherry on top, and I feel like I could write a whole essay just gushing about that one particular scene, because it is one of the best in the entire show, so far. I love it. Instead of immediately veering away to the next Monster of the Week shtick, this episode made the bold choice to instead revisit less explored aspects of the previous outing, leaning even harder into doing a Pomni-focused episode. And I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park this time. Again, this is just an infinitely better version of that first episode in every conceivable way, and as of now, I think the best one in the whole show. Oh yeah, the visuals of the Candy Kingdom, the whole chase scene with the tankers, yeah, absolute fucking fire. 10 out of 10.